Tonight's show is about xenotransplantation. Xenotransplantation is animal organs being transplanted into human beings. That's what it is. Pig hearts, specifically in tonight's show. And it's weird because one of the big companies that's pushing this forward is a company called Novartis that you might be familiar with, who are a big GM company. And a few years ago, the company that was to become Novartis commissioned a report from the Solomon Brothers, which is this enormous financial institution in America. And it's on the unrecognised potential of xenotransplantation. And in this report, they boldly predict that the pig heart transplant market, by the year 2010, is going to be worth $5 billion a year. 5 billion. People all across the city of London, buy pig hearts now! Get out of baboons' asses and into pig hearts! And in this report, they actually say that they're going to charge $12,000 per pig heart. Right? And the markup, the profit the company is going to make on this sale of the pig heart alone is 1,100% profit. Calling Anne Robinson, watchdog special on the pig heart. And you just think, this is amazing, because what they're going to do is they've genetically modified the pig heart, and they breed them in these biosecure units, and what they're going to do with the carcass, the Solomon Brothers reports proposes, you obviously can't then sell the carcass for human food after we've plundered the heart. No, you can't do that, but we think we can flog it to the cat food market. Which is great. So you've got the heart, feed the cat. It's just $12,000, 50p a tin. That's fair. So it's not just that's just the money for the pig hearts. That's how much it costs for the pig hearts. There's a whole load of drugs that they've got to sell with it. The immunosuppressant drugs. Because, surprisingly, if you get a pig heart and put it in a human body, the body just turns into Eddie Murphy. Get the fuck out of here. You know, that's what it does. So they have to pump it full of these drugs and essentially get the nervous system and all the other organs stoned. That's what they do. And they just go, oh, there's a pig heart, come in. Come in. It's pig. Oh, wow. And then maybe they're a little bit eat up organ going, it's beating, man, look, it's beating, you know. And it is just bizarre, because I don't want to sound like a Luddite, but it's unnatural. Bits of animals shouldn't be in humans, and vice versa. That's why we have laws against that kind of thing. And one of the things they're really worried about is a thing called retroviruses. And they're viruses which are latent within the pig cells, which the pig has had thousands of years of evolution to cope with, that might reactivate if you put it into a human. And suddenly you've got a completely new disease you've never seen before. And it happened with BSE and CJD. AIDS, HIV came from primates. It's happened with swine fever, 1920. Oh, yeah. From swine. Sorry to patronise you, but thought I'd better tell you. And that killed more people than the First World War. And you just think, we're not ready for a new disease. That's, I don't know, elephant Alzheimer's or I don't know, baboon flatulence. I don't know. It's going to affect all of us. So we went along. We wanted to sort of meet people and talk to them about this. And we went along to a meeting of Uxira. And it's great, it sounds great. It's Uxira, warrior queen. That's what it sounds like. But it actually stands for the UK Xenotransplantation Interim Regulatory Authority. It's better with the warrior queen, I think, personally. And we get there, and it's one of these meetings that is open to the public if you found the site on the website and applied for tickets on a Monday afternoon. So we went along, because all these scientists are sitting there, and these people on the regulatory board are all sitting at their thing, and they get up and give little speeches. They talk about biosecure units for pigs. And they talk about, well, we've heard rumour that in Russia some of these organ transplants have happened already, so we have to get our skates on. Because the government have cleared it ethically, they're just waiting for the regulatory authority to say, go on the trials. And I'm sitting there in this thing, and it's full of all these doctors, and there's quite a lot of non-government organisations there. And I was sitting with the doctors, and when anyone from any of the NGOs said, I've got a question I'd like to ask about animal welfare, I've got a question I'd like to ask about pandemic diseases or anything like that, you just hear these doctors around me going, who let Swampy in? Thinking they'd be tunnelling somewhere. So I'm sitting there, and they get to this point where they take questions. I've put my hand up, just asked this one bloke, John Dark, about his financial links with industry.
I have no financial link at all with Novartis, other than that they sometimes aid my attendance at scientific meetings, as they do for many people in the transplant world.
But that is a financial link, isn't it?
I have no financial link with Novartis here today.
But you do have a financial link with Novartis.
As do many people in the transplant world.
And what we've done is we've taken a friend of ours with us. There's a mate of ours called Ricky Grover, who's a comedian and actor, and he used to be a boxer and a hairdresser. So, no, it's true. So he's quite handy, but he's got flair. And I said, oh, by the way, I wanted to know, have you actually met anyone who's had an animal organ transplant? And Ricky just stands up on the other side of the room and goes, I have!
I've actually got sheep's kidneys. Now I've sat here and I listen to your long words. And I'll tell you now, alright, you might look at me and laugh. It's not funny, I want to rush you and laugh. I'm quite upset about it actually. We're supposed to be 5 grand, it's 4 grand and 6 pairs of jeans I've got to put. But I had the operation and my life's been a living hell.
No, don't laugh at me. I've got to shave me back of wool every 5 hours. Oh, don't you... I mean, it comes in handy for the jumpers, but don't you laugh at me.
I ended up in the vets the other day. I woke up on the table, Rolf Harris was crying. Yeah, Rolf Harris was there crying.
Thank you.
I don't know what I'm going for. No, don't count me down.
And this goes on for 3 minutes, which is a long time in the meeting. And by the end of it, there's all these bouncers surrounding me. He's on a chair with a banana going...
Thank you very much, all of you, for your attendance.
Could someone get a vet? I feel. Are you a vet? All right, thank you. Would you shake my hand? Thank you.
Suddenly, Lord Habgood, the ex-Archbishop of York, right, has dashed from the podium and has grabbed hold of the camera.
Sorry, can we take that? That's our property thing. No. Hand that back. You'll hand that back.
No, give me that film! Give me that! He's like 6'6" of inbred cleric. Give me that film! Give me this film! And I'd say, look, you can't take the film. It's property of Channel 4. That'll be theft. Just leave it alone. Don't muck around, because otherwise we'll call the police. And it's got this look of utter, you commoner! And suddenly I'm just surrounded by all these doctors and scientists and Ministry of Health officials going, what are you doing? You are so irresponsible to realise if you broadcast that material you're going to kill people. You'll cost people their lives, you idiot. And I was, why? What's it? Well, the public won't understand. Because all these doctors and these scientists and researchers have got this attitude of, oh, well, the public don't understand science, you see, that's why we shouldn't tell them anything. We shouldn't, you see. If you went around saying to people, oh, they're going to shove pig hearts into human beings, there's going to be a massive retrovirus activation and everyone's going to go mad, they'd think we were utterly crazy. Yeah, funny that. And so we tried to do an interview with a Liberal Democrat spokesperson and the camera was bust. Right, because this is the first time, Lord Habgood is the first time I've ever had any physical confrontation. For all the filming, and the first time it kicks off, it's with the ex-Archbishop of York. I went up to this Ministry of Health. I want him here, now. The camera's broken. Get him. What do you mean it's broken? It's broken. Go and get the bloke. OK. Lord Habgood comes over. Well, there seems to be a problem. Yes, you've broken the camera. This is criminal damage. Well, I didn't touch it. Don't lie. Well, no, I didn't touch it. I only jabbed a few buttons, so you did touch it. Well, right, what's your name? And suddenly all these health officials go, it's all right, we'll sort it, Mark, don't worry, we'll sort it. And so he sort of wanders off and we hoped we'd be able to get a few interviews with people, but it appeared we'd burnt our bridges. So we were waiting outside and we'd sort of prepared something, because if you're lined up for a clinical trial for a pig heart, you have to sign this contract that basically says you will not have unsafe sex, you promise not to have children, and you will keep all the close relatives and people in close contact with you must be monitored by doctors, just in case a virus creates and jumps. And we thought, well, let's try, which is a bit of a downer for a chat-up line, isn't it, all of that? Good news is I'm hung like a Hoover. Bad news is you're going to see the doctor for a year.